My sister framed me, cried to my parents, and got me thrown out barefoot at 15. Weeks later, she bragged about it, and Mom overheard everything. I always thought my family was pretty normal until my older sister Vanessa moved back home after a breakup. She was 3 years older, always the favorite, and had a way of charming our parents with her perfect grades and polite manners. I was quieter, more reserved, and spent most of my time working part-time and saving for college. When Vanessa returned, the house felt different, tense, like she was always watching and judging. She slipped right back into her old role, taking over conversations and making herself the center of attention. I felt invisible, but I didn't mind as long as things stayed peaceful. I never imagined her return would set off a chain of events that would test everything I thought I knew about trust and family. Vanessa quickly started making changes around the house, rearranging things and taking over shared spaces. She complained about her bedroom being too small and hinted that my room would be better for her. At first, I thought she was joking, but she kept bringing it up, even at dinner. My parents laughed it off, but I could tell she was serious. I tried to talk to them, but they told me not to make a big deal out of it. I realized I was on my own and started to worry she'd eventually get her way. The tension grew as Vanessa's campaign for my room intensified. She left her things in my space, mixed up our laundry, and even invited friends to hang out in my room when I wasn't home. I felt my privacy slipping away, but my parents brushed off my concerns. One night, I found her sitting on my bed, acting like it was hers. I wanted to say something, but I knew it would only make things worse. I started to worry she was planning something bigger. One morning, my mom discovered the emergency cash missing from the kitchen drawer. It was a few $100s, and the whole house was in chaos searching for it. Vanessa stayed quiet, watching everything. I tried to help, but my mom snapped at me. Later, Vanessa acted nervous and avoided eye contact. I wondered if she knew more than she let on, but I didn't want to accuse her without proof. When I got home from work, the atmosphere was tense, and I had no idea I was about to be blamed. At dinner, Vanessa suddenly burst into tears and told my parents she saw me take the money that morning. I was stunned and tried to defend myself, explaining I'd been at work, but she insisted, crying harder and saying I threatened her not to tell. My parents looked at me with suspicion. My father demanded the truth, but wouldn't listen to my work schedule. My mother sided with Vanessa, saying she had no reason to lie. I realized nothing I said would change their minds. The accusations didn't stop after dinner. My parents confronted me again, and Vanessa played the victim, sobbing and saying she was scared of me. My father lost his temper and told me to pack my things and leave immediately. I tried to grab my shoes and phone, but he pushed me out barefoot and locked the door. I stood outside in the cold, heartbroken, wondering how things had gone so wrong. I wandered the neighborhood, not knowing where to go. I ended up at my friend Sam's house. He was shocked to see me barefoot and let me in without questions. I tried to explain, but the words wouldn't come. Sam believed me and offered support. His family let me stay the night, and for the first time in days, I felt safe. The next morning, I was determined to clear my name. I went to work and got a copy of my time card, showing I'd been there all day. I texted my co-worker, who confirmed I never left. I remember Vanessa had asked me for money a week earlier, which I refused. I found the text as proof and started documenting everything, deciding not to confront my family until I had all the facts. Over the next few days, I stayed with Sam's family and kept gathering evidence. My manager wrote a statement confirming my alibi, and my coworker did the same. I organized all the messages and receipts, staying calm and focused. I avoided talking about it online, knowing anything I said could be used against me. I reminded myself the truth would come out if I was patient. After a week, I called my parents and asked for a meeting. I brought my folder of evidence and presented it calmly. My time card, statements, and Vanessa's text asking for money. I explained everything logically, refusing to let my emotions take over. My parents listened in silence, and Vanessa sat on the couch with a smug look. When I finished, my parents looked at each other, then at Vanessa. My mother asked her directly if she took the money. Vanessa tried to deny it, but the evidence was too strong. She broke down and admitted she took it because she needed it and was too embarrassed to ask. My parents were shocked and apologized for not believing me. I decided not to move back home, even though my parents wanted me to. I found a small apartment with Sam's help and focused on rebuilding my life. My relationship with my parents slowly improved, but I kept my distance from Vanessa. I learned to rely on myself and the people who truly cared about me. As time passed, I started to heal. I worked hard, saved money, and focused on my future. I visited my parents occasionally, but kept boundaries. Vanessa tried to reach out, but I wasn't ready to forgive her. I needed time to process everything and focus on my own growth. Looking back, I realized the experience made me stronger. I learned to stay calm, document everything, and rely on facts. I understood that even family can be manipulative, and it's important to protect yourself. I forgave my parents, but I knew I could never fully trust Vanessa again. My life eventually found a new normal. I built a support system of friends and mentors, worked hard, and planned for the future. I never forgot the lessons I learned. I knew I could face any challenge as long as I stayed true to myself and relied on the truth, moving forward with hope and resilience. Subscribe this channel and like with comment. Backhand index pointing down. Watch the full story to see what happened next. Backhand index pointing down.